I no longer know who I am. I saw him again on a rainy afternoon on Nugent Street. He was holding an umbrella, his white shirt speckled with raindrops, hair messy like he had just run out of a tense meeting. He looked no different from 8 years ago, the day I knelt in the schoolyard, face covered in blood, while he stood on the steps, watching me being dragged away like a stray dog. I used to believe in justice, until the day my father hanged himself in his office, and my mother was sent to a mental institution, convinced someone had poisoned our family. It all started with his accusation. Minky, my best friend since middle school. He told the police that my father was embezzling money, that I bragged about some secret family fund. I never said that, but he had a recording perfectly staged. My entire family crumbled in a week. I was expelled. The newspapers ran my father's name like he was a monster. I disappeared from the city. 8 years later, I came back, not to rebuild my life, but to end a part of it. It took me 3 years to get close to Minky again. Now he was the marketing director of a major corporation, living in a luxury penthouse, married to NGC and her beautiful, gentle woman, and had a 3-year-old daughter. His life was perfect, as if the blood of my parents, my life, hadn't stained it. I approached him through his wife. I met her at a design conference. I accidentally dropped my sketches, apologized, smiled at the right moment. A month later, she invited me over. The apartment on the 26th floor smelled faintly of jasmine. On the wall was their wedding photo, him gazing at her looking into the future. I looked at him. "Did you go to school with Key?" she asked one evening. I nodded, just for a while, but he was already famous back then. He froze for a second, then nodded, smiled, but I saw it something flickered in his eyes. A twitch, a memory, a threat. I had changed my name, cut my hair, got minor facial surgery. No one would recognize the 17-year-old boy who was handcuffed in front of the whole school. No one except me. No one except me. I remembered everything, every night, every scream. The sound of my mother's heels on the floor as she screamed, "He killed your father." It was him. I continued building a friendship with his wife. I drove her to work, babysat their daughter. I quietly documented his routines, who he met, where he went, what he deleted. Then, I began sending anonymous letters to her, short notes, blurred photos, him hugging his assistant outside a bar, him deleting texts before going home. She began to suspect, he began to lose sleep. I began to write the next chapter. It wasn't hard to make her fall apart. I just planted enough doubt. She started checking his phone, crying in secret, avoiding his touch. Their home became a quiet battlefield of cold glances and slammed doors. One night, she called me in tears. "He lied to me," she said. I held her gently. Some people wear masks so well, even they forget what's underneath. She looked at me, then truly looked, tanned, whispered, "But who are you, really?" That question stayed with me. I couldn't sleep, because I wasn't the boy he destroyed, nor was I the man she trusted. I was something in between, a shadow carved from betrayal. I thought revenge would heal me, but the closer I got, the more hollow it felt. Every smile I faked, every lie I whispered into her ear, pushed me further from the person I once was. I saw my reflection one night and didn't recognize it. Then, the final letter, I left it in her bag. Inside was a USB, the full story, the real reason her husband rose so fast, while my family fell, the price I paid for his success. I never saw them again. Weeks passed. I read in the news that Minky had taken an indefinite leave. His company was under internal investigation. His wife and child were nowhere to be found. Some say they left the country. Others whisper he checked himself into a rehab center. As for me, I sit alone in a tiny apartment, unnamed. No friends, no family, no revenge left to serve. I got what I wanted, or maybe I lost what I had. The truth, I'm no longer sure who the real monster is.